it's already playing.
He's going?
Yeah.
Shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites. We prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible, teaching Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the Lord's chosen people on the sign, the 12 tribes of Israel. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, and Papidah. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone camp, for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom. I'm the brother Amwan.
I'm Brother Kawak.
Brother Markab.
And today we want to speak about how we are the world's enemies, and the world hates us, because of what we preach, because of the words that we preach. So the world hates us. So let's go to 1 John 3 and 13.
John 3 and 13?
Yeah.
1 John 3 and 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you.
Yeah, so it said marvel not, which is don't be surprised. So when we came into the truth of the Bible, we came across, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and then we wanted to teach what we learned,
Okay, everything.
Yeah. But then we started learning that not everybody agrees. The world doesn't agree with you because of the words that we preach.
I got the definition for marvel. If I can get it. So it's G2296. The word is thaumazo, and it's to wonder at, marvel, to be wondered at, to be had in admiration. So basically, when you're stupefied, like, I wonder why.
When we come out here, we got to be ready. We got to know that somebody's gonna come up against this truth.
Yep.
Because we're not all loving, like the Christian churches. We don't have cookouts. We don't have Christian music. We don't say that we don't tell people that they're saved. So we're not the Christian church. We're against the world. Read that one again.
I got a precept this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Galatians 4 and 16. It says, am I therefore becoming your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
And these Christians believe that they got the truth though. But in this walk, this truth though, you're gonna have a lot of enemies though, man. But these Christians are open up arms people that living though, So how is it that these Christians have enemies, man? If anything, they try to convert people, but at the same time, in this truth though, you're gonna have more enemies than what you are gonna have friends though.
And I got the first John 3 and 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you. So, that's something that you got to look forward to.
Yeah, and we told a lot of people already about the truth, and they hated us for that. And we had to lose some friends just because of the truth,
Cut some family members off too.
Yep, family members.
Let me get the definition for the word marvel in English dictionary. So, giving me the comic book. It's giving me the comic book and not a definition. So you got to be specific. It's easy to get confused.
The definition for marvel?
Yeah. The word marvel. So it says to be filled with wonder or astonishment.
So you got to be ready to make an enemy. You know, be enemies of whoever's coming against the truth.
I gotta disagree.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 10:34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And that's Abishai talking about, you know, basically marvel not because people are going to hate you. Because they already have a set belief. And then the new pope, he's American. So you're going to see some racist stuff. And the most racist stuff you can see right now is those immigrants from South Africa are getting refugee status in America, and then the people that look like you, brown people, are getting kicked out.
Exactly, though. Yeah, they're over there, these South Africans, though. See, it goes to show, man, that these Edomites, though, man, wherever they go, they conquer land, they kick the people out, and then they place themselves as they're those people in that land.
Yeah.
How do you get out South Africans, and these are hell-ass people, though, man? Oh, South Africans over here. And that's just the history of these Edomites, man.
Not the blacks out there.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. These Edomites, though, man, they've been doing this all throughout history, though, man. When you people are gonna realize, though, that these fucking hell people ain't your friends, man? It's ridiculous, though, man. Our own people too, man. Like they'll jump in front of a bullet for these people, though, man. But these motherfuckers are the ones that are pulling the trigger on you. It's crazy.
So we're the ones who are getting demonized just for speaking the truth. Get that one?
1 Peter 4:14, it says, if ye be reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye. For the spirit of glory and of God rested upon you. And their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. You said, yeah, which is exactly what you said.
So we're being demonized just because of the name of Yahushua.
Yeah.
You know, the demons, they know that name.
You mean right
Yeah.
there?
They do know.
Yeah.
That was Satan.
That was
you know?
Satan right there.
Smack that phone out of your hands because that was a good precept.
Want to read that one?
Yeah, go. 1 Peter 4:14, it says, if ye be approached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye. For the spirit of glory and of God rested upon you. And on their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
So on our part, it makes us, you know, happy. But when the world hears it, you know, they think it's evil.
Yeah, exactly. Because the first thing if you tell somebody that you're a Hebrew Israelite, first thing they'll say is you're a racist. Second thing they'll say is that you hate people, like everybody.
And they say we're racist because only 12 nations can be saved. You know?
But a lot of people around the globe belong to this 12 nations.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why you tripping.
Like our people are scattered everywhere though, anyways.
Some of these nationalities are in the heathen races.
Just take a look at the tribe of Issachar. Not only is Issachar in the land of Mexico, but there's Japanese Ishacharites. The Japanese people has Chicano culture.
And also seen in Korea, they got a Chicano culture in Korea too.
There you go. Because we go everywhere.
And you know, they had to be Jakes though, man. The way they dress, they move like Issachar, you know?
The daddy, all it takes is one daddy. That's it.
Yeah.
So Jake is the daddy of all these people. Jacob. Or Israel.
Exactly. 1 Peter 4:14, it says, if ye be reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye. For the spirit of glory and of God rested upon you, and their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
So we know that we have the glory because you know the name Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So we got the glory, you know, but the world, they don't have the glory. Galatians 4:16. Oh, you got that?
You want me to get it again? Or?
Yeah, get that one.
I got a precept. This is 1 John 3:15. Whosoever hated his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. So guess what, man? Who's the one hating who? You guys hate us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we're showing you love because we're telling you the truth. But it's called tough love.
Whoever did something that was easy, shit, you go to the military, it's gonna be hard. You go to college, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah. To get something, to gain something, it's gonna be hard.
You gotta work for it. You go to work, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, you're waking up early, in the morning, it's hard though. Going to work is hard.
You're trying to relaxing is hard. Somebody's always gonna bother you.
So we're showing you love by coming out here, risking our lives.
Yeah, exactly. What happened with that brother, right, from LA? Like, he got stabbed though.
Oh, Anthony Stanton?
Yeah.
Which one?
What's his name though? I don't know which brother it is, but it's one from the LA camp. Because LA, they got like 3 or 4 different camps though, So I don't know which one he's exactly though. I don't know if he's in the with Barack though. I don't know if he's in his camp or but it was a brother from out there though. He got stabbed, but he was in his job though,
That was he was at work now.
Nah, he was out here preaching though. He was at work though, security, right? Or something like that. Like I believe.
Shit, that's your job.
Yeah, and he was a security and Jake though. Now he understood that it was just it wasn't random though. Jake just walked up though and like just pretty much tried to stab him up and everything.
That's sad.
It's
terrible.
Yeah, so.
Did he die?
No, he's good. He's good. Yeah, I believe he already made a video testimony of what happened though. I believe.
And only he can say whatever. I can't say anybody.
But it was it's just things like that, man. That it was just like, why would that Jake walk up to him though? So that was just something that he came to conclusion though. It was set up though. Yeah, it was set up though. Like someone just like like he said, like why would someone walked up, but it was a test of his faith though,
And
But
that's what the scripture says. My son, prepare yourself for temptation.
yeah. No, I was gonna say he still gave the praise to Yahweh Hashem Hashai, when I believe when he was in the ambulance though,
That's
so he was still believing even that after that happened to him,
Yeah, because things happen for different reasons. That's an ultimate test, like being stabbed.
Yeah, he's still giving praises to Yahweh Hashem Hashai, I believe when he was in the ambulance, so
Well, praises to Yahweh Hashem Hashai.
Yeah. Because that brother, this is a real humble brother, the elders were talking about him, so.
That's great. And everybody's gonna get tested somehow. But remember when Moses was
yeah. Got our cars out there.
Yeah, but remember when Moses was going through that transition?
Way in reverse.
Yeah. When Moses was going through the transition, he had a lot of fucking faith. All of a sudden, and then that Egyptian being on that
We got screwed, so I didn't do that.
and that Egyptian was whooping that fucking Israelite, and then Moses got him spirit, but Moses was a warrior. I'm not saying that brother was not a warrior. He was prone to violence. So how did he respond? Violence. However you are, that's how your test is gonna be. Like remember, man, it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun. You might think it's fun. Oh, I want to be Hebrew. I want to stand up there. But each one of us has a story, man. Like my fucking hand hurts. My fingers are numb. They're not gonna ever stop hurting. Sometimes I have a good day. Sometimes I have a bad day. But all praise to you, how about you, how sight? Still, so I'm glad he did this to me.
Because going back to that brother getting stabbed, anything could happen to us out here speaking the truth. Just like this brother had a dream that we were telling our people the truth, but they wouldn't listen. And then after he told me that, next morning, no, the morning before, I think I had a dream of that we were being surrounded by a group of guys.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah.
That's okay. You know what? That's okay. I learned through pain. Not that you're gonna teach me something. But guess what, man? The pain that I'm going through is it's just like being a black belt. You're not a black belt because you earned that degree and some fucking guy says, okay, you're good enough to do this. No, you're a black belt because you went through all the pain and you're still fucking going through it and you're still fucking fighting. So that's the point. But it got stabbed, he's still fucking fighting for his truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, if that happens, if we get surrounded by guys, guess what? That happens. It happens. But guess what? It's not gonna be free. You're not gonna, you come with 5, you're leaving with 2. I guarantee you. Because I'm not boasting or anything. You gotta understand, since I was fucking 4 years old, he was doing martial arts, and fighting my cousins, fighting my enemies, fighting at school, fighting. And I thought it was a game.
Yeah.
And then I went to a martial arts school where they teach soldiers how to fucking kill all other soldiers. And I was like, oh, and then I wanted to be an MMA fighter, so did all that. Wrestling, Muay Thai, boxing, and everything. So guess what? Like Moses was prone to his reaction because his muscles had that muscle memory. I'm not trying to boast. Like for reals, I'm not trying to. But I'm just telling you that the muscles have memory. You initiate that thought in my brain, pow, you're gonna get soft, hard. Because I'm scared. And my brain reacts the way my body was taught to respond.
Yeah.
So just imagine you're an animal. You're fucking hungry. You see food. Body responds to it. You smell it, and the first thing that body does is so it's just a natural reaction. You know, you reacted the way you were supposed to. Wow, you were supposed to get stabbed. Imagine that. God, I mean, how about Shimi Hawashai wanted to see him get stabbed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look what he did with Yahweh Shai, though.
Yeah.
He had bruised me, bruised what it says in that precept, bruised me.
Yeah. So just imagine that.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought when I was all fucked up. My back. Man, just imagine waking up and you can't move half of your body.
Yeah. That's
First
it.
thing I did was start praying. And you know, it's not fun. But guess what? The payout, like we were talking about, the payout is great.
It's great. You're feeling excellent 401k, spiritual 401k, you know? It's beautiful, you know? I got a precept. Romans 12:1 that says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. So, you know, we got to, you know, throughout, you know, the path, we had to deal with all these things, from infirmities to even, like I said, that brother, violence and things like that, though, you know, because we understand too is that we present ourselves as a living sacrifice out here, you know. So if something were to happen, it was meant to happen, like the brother said, though. But the thing is, though, is like I said myself too, I was like, man, if I were to, you know, die, though, at least dying in truth is better than dying being a fucking piece of shit gangbanger, you know.
But I don't think, you know, I don't think none of us here, us three, are gonna die like that. Because if we're together, what did the scripture say? Where 2 or 3 are in my name,
There I
then he's
am.
here.
Yeah.
And I have figured this out, that whenever he's around, fuck it.
Yeah.
I get hit by a car, fuck it. I'll be like, yeah, did you like that one? Knowing that he's putting us through the room, right? Because he's putting us through the room, just imagine. I mean, some people have different fucking fights. Let's say there's a rich brother. Well, he'll lose all his fucking money.
Yeah. That's a test. It would be a test for even him, though, you know.
Just imagine you're a dice game champion and you only roll dice with your right, and you get your right hand chopped out. That's what's going on, you know. Because before you come into the truth, you think you're somebody. Then you come into the truth, and your brain's fighting with who you're still trying to be, but your brain is not telling you, you know, your will, because your brain is gonna do what if you smell food, you're gonna think it's good.
You're gonna react to it, yeah.
You're gonna think it's good. If you see if you see water in the ocean, you're gonna relax.
Even your body's gonna react to that, you know, that soothing sound of the waves, though, you know.
So if you see,
Relax.
if your body sees violence, you're gonna react with violence. So you know, just imagine. You know, Yahushua was like, he seen those Roman soldiers, and he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Because when Peter cut that priest's ear
That's
off,
why he did it.
yeah, and he told
was
them.
fucking scared.
I mean, he checked them though. Yahushua checked Peter, said, "Don't you know what he said? I could conjure angels."
12,000 angels.
Yeah. He said, "Don't you like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't have to do that though. You know, whoever lives by the sword dies by the sword. But don't you know that I could conjure like angels though? Like, you know."
So as you see,
He knew.
if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But guess what? If you take a look at Proverbs 20 and 24, man's going Yahweh Shem Shai. And then you take that and then you link it up with Exodus 3. Well, he wants you to respond. I'm not gonna say it, you gotta think for yourself. I know how I would respond. Yeah, I'm telling you. I feel like a crippled man. So I got that super fucking human strength right now where I think, you know, I can't do stuff. So that's making me try harder with my other appendages. So it's, you know.
And you start learning more how to use.
I learned how to write, and now it's just like a fucking day. I write my Hebrew like this anyway, so you know, you figure things out. But I'm not gonna be fighting. So I got this in my hand. Right in your throat. And you can fucking circle things around, catch them. And I say, but if you do that a lot, you're gonna respond like Peter was Moses, right? That's why he did it. How fucking I can't aim for your ear. Look at my ear.
Yeah.
My arms are in the way.
So how do you get that
How do you
precise? You
get
had to.
that
That's
ear?
go. You had to be King David. too.
Skilled.
King David.
Skilled.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I'll fucking chop my fucking whole arm off, you know?
Yeah. Or he would have hit that whole head, side of a head, but the ear just to get it like takes skills though, you know. So he had to be King. He had to be King David too, man.
And if you have to, just jump back. Just keep moving back. Keep moving back. Keep your head like this, and then start juking. Because they're gonna come at you, and we'll have an opportunity. All chances happen to all men. You have an opportunity, and that's why you wear this. You see, he threw that in there, and now his hands are fucking going for it.
Yeah.
Kick him in the balls, baby. You know,
Yeah.
it's how you think. You know. Sorry about that.
You want me to get Galatians 4:16?
Yeah.
I got a piece of one. You good enough? 1 John 3 and 16. Hereby perceive we the love of Yahweh, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. So yeah. I'm not gonna. Okay, he's getting attacked.
Just walk away, huh?
No, because you know, I hate to say it, but I grew in a neighborhood where me and my cousin were little traviesos, little cholos. You try to find my cousin, guess what? You're fighting me too.
That's just how it is. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, come on, you got this. And I'm gonna circle.
Yeah.
And then my cousin's gonna start punching, and I'm gonna punch him in the side. And that's just how it goes, baby. So you gotta, if it really is supposed to happen, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do. But I'm not gonna let my brothers get hurt. Come on.
Yeah, because anybody too wouldn't let their biological brother get hurt either, you know? They're going to try to do what they got to do, but at the same time, if something happens to him, though, it's like, well, it's judgment, you know? But it's just a thing, though, you know, natural thing, though, to help out a brother, you know?
But that was his work. That was his job.
Yeah.
He was at work.
Yeah.
And he won't put you in a place where you don't belong.
Goes to show. Like, it gets times get crazy though, man, and sometimes we're at though, you know, because even with they got jumped though, and then they glorified on that because of the fact that they got jumped for the name of Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe in the book of Acts, the 5th chapter.
And I bet you they were just letting people hit him.
Yeah, you know, like they were just happy the fact that, you know.
You do what your body allows you to do.
And that's a lesson right there too itself.
So you know, we're so happy that we put the praise how much we put that good energy out. And look, he's got a sword. What makes you think that he's all about peace?
Yeah, 4:16. Galatians 4:16, it says, I am therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth.
Yeah, so we're the world's enemy. Just like Tupac said it's him against the world, right?
Yeah.
That beat.
Where you went that way.
But did you see what happened? He said that beat. and I went, and I heard it.
Yeah.
So your natural instincts are going to kick in all the
Kick in.
time. You know, I seen his judo trophies.
I seen his UFC
That
DVDs.
shit was right there.
See, and you seen it. Not that I heard it. And I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't even
But
notice
you
too though. But I seen it when it was already going that way. I'm like, what the hell was that?
Big black one? Big
It was
black
just-
bumblebee?
yeah. It was a reaction with the brother, you know. By the time I realized seeing it was already going that way, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Imagine being OD. And then you see it land on you. You get stung in your own fucking face as well.
Yeah.
Because you got stung by a bee before, right? So you remember the pain and your
Yeah,
body's
yeah.
like, oh shit, this is time. We've been preparing for this whole time. Because you thought, next time I'm not gonna hurt that.
Motherfucker, get me though. Yeah.
It's kind of like us in the truth, you know? It's us against the world.
Yeah, remember when those guys came we were on the city? This one barefoot dude, he was ready to fight. The fucking ex-con.
Oh, you guys are downtown
And
Hanford?
this one fucking drunk cholo trying to pull out a knife. The first thing I thought was just snatch it out of his hand.
Yeah. The big guy, right? With the big guy? Yeah.
So the chance was there, and then I was like, because then I would have to continue to fight. And I already knew that. So I told him, man, you know that I've been trying to remove that stuff. And,
Yeah, you told him, like, out of it. You said you'll get out of his hand though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then, but then the other guy was like, you're in spirit Peter. He said that to me, and I was like, fuck, yeah, you trying to hurt my flock? You told me to take care of these. Nah, I ain't know.
Yeah, and you guys already like wiped the feet off your feet though and just cursed that place on left, right? I believe so, because you guys never went back after that, huh? It was just a lot of demons that, well, I mean, I was watching the video, you know, and it was like a lot of demons. Even got this brother mad though. Brother telling him, get the fuck out of here, you know? You know, get this brother that mad though, you fucking up, you know? To get this brother that mad though, you know? And you're fucking up though, so it was just a lot of things going on in that day with the you brothers of that day though, you know? A lot of
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
But it was a test.
Yeah.
We had our test.
And remember, you're standing in front of this. Keep that motherfucker on the other side.
Yeah. Definitely.
Keep him on the other side. And if you have to get physical,
Almost 5 to 10.
if you have to get physical, you know, just poke him in the head.
Then they won't be able to see.
Come again. Amos 5:10 it says, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and that means us. You know, because we're speaking the truth. We're speaking what's honest. You know, just because we're speaking the truth, now you want to hurt us.
Well, you want to hurt us, baby.
Yeah, because it says, abhor him that speaketh uprightly. You're trying to avoid it.
Yeah, I got a piece of for you. And the title is The Warnings of History to the Ungodly. So Jude, this is Jude 1. Jude, the servant of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and brother of James, to them that are sanctified by Yahweh the Father and preserved in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and called, mercy unto you and peace and love be multiplied. So remember, love is not what you think it is.
Yeah, because we're not gonna what makes you feel good. You know, we're not gonna just because we're not gonna say Jesus, tell you that his name is Jesus just to make you feel good.
Exactly.
You know, we're gonna tell you your real name whether you like it or not.
And we get into it with people because we tell them the real name and it looks like that, and people can't accept that, and they get mad at us though. You know why? Because they're used to their sweet Jesus though. They're used to that image and that name though, man. So when we tell them the truth though, his name and how he looked though, it's a problem with a lot of people and shit, especially our people, man. It's fucking nuts.
They say, "Where's the love at?" Like that one song.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing, they say that starting at that point in time. Let's go back into history. Where was the love when the Mexicans wanted to eat at restaurants and we had signs saying no dogs, no blacks, no Mexicans? Put dogs first, and you let a dog before.
You have a dog
Then
before
you have
see.
order of hate.
That they should give back the land that they stole.
Sure,
You know?
We should tell them go back to Europe.
Yeah.
Go out, yeah. Go back to South Africa.
Well, you can't say that 'cause that's abuse.
Exactly, right? Like, remember that lady who was right here prophesying and I had that sign of Caesar Borgia with the horns? And the only reason why that lady came up to us because she seen that image of Caesar Borgia. And she only talked Spanish, and then I talked to her and I told her this image right here, he was a real man and he was a fruity cake. And he don't look like that. I told her he looked like this though, and she just shaking her head. She couldn't accept it. So pretty much I just told her go about your way then. You know? So the reason why she came was just to see because she seen that picture though, you know? And she didn't like that he had that horns and I put Diablo on top, devil, and
Yeah.
she didn't like all that. But I was just like, well, this guy didn't really the Bible, you know of as Jesus, real name's Yahweh Shai, I told her, and he looked like this though, and she couldn't accept that though.
Well, remember, people are going to respond, and I didn't always know this. People are going to respond to whatever you present or image.
Yeah, that image is over there,
If
yeah.
you're if a girl with bikini is talking to you, you're not going to pay attention to what the hell is going on. You're going to be focused on the image.
Yeah, I see, look.
How many times you went to an appointment and there's a fine-ass person or lady, I'm not saying person, I'm only that, a fine-ass woman, and you're with your woman, like you start sweating because you're thinking she's gonna say something.
Yeah.
If I look or say something, so then you start thinking about it. Your body reacts to whatever is presented. So when she's seen those horns, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I didn't think she seen it from a distance, but when she walked up, oh damn, that's when she saw the horns, though, you know. And then she read
horns.
Yeah, that's her horns came out.
Isaiah 30 and 10.
I got a piece of body in there. Romans 3 and 6. God forbid for then how God forbid for then how shall Yahweh judge the world. So you have to present these images, you have to present these scriptures, you have to tell them what the 12 tribes are, you have to tell them about your house, you have to tell them about your house, you have to tell them about this song.
Because we're judging the world. You know, we're judges. You know, we don't look like judges. People, you know, think we're just some guys out here. You know,
Wearing garments and
we're true judges of the world.
We're on our medications.
We're righteous judges, you know, because we're able to know what's right and wrong in this world according to the Bible.
30 and 10. Isaiah 30 and 10 it says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So that's Christianity.
That's what they're saying to the prophets. You know, they don't want to hear this truth. They want to hear, you know, something sweet.
So they'd rather have us talk about sweet Jesus and the image of Caesar Borgia. They'd rather see that though, and to see the real image though, man. And coming in the name of Jesus Christ.
They don't want to know the truth because the truth, you know, exposes you know, and it hurts you.
Especially these devils.
Because when we tell them what they're doing wrong, and then that they try to cover it up. You know, they try not to feel guilty.
I got Romans 3:9. What then? Are we better than they? No, and no wise, for we have before proved both Jews and Gentiles that they are all under sin. That's what the brother was saying. We tell you the truth, and then you still don't like it.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Tell them about their sins. You know, they don't even know that eating pork is a sin. They don't know that shaving is a sin.
Well, that's crazy.
Celebrating these holidays are a sin.
Yep.
Celebrating your birthday is a sin.
Yep, celebrating your birthday.
Adultery, none of you know that they didn't even hear about adultery.
Don't
I
even
can't
tell
forget-
them about it. Though.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it.
You know, you tell them, you know, you can't look at another nigga's girl. Like, it's like, bro, that's like, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay. So they can't even like, what are you talking about? Like, that's a sin, a major sin. That's to death, though. Yeah, but
But they don't care, you know, because you got this rap music telling them to go ahead that it's okay.
Well, we're living in a fucked up world.
fucked up.
I was watching TV before I came over here. I was watching Netflix, and they have this fucking show. I forgot what it's called. Bad Thoughts. Don't watch that. It's garbage. All that dude's talking about is this man's talking about sucking dick and doing things like sucking dick. He's always talking about sucking dick. So I fuck yeah, I changed it. Give it a thumbs down.
yeah, you can do that. Dislike.
So that you don't get it recommended. You know, any of that stuff recommended to you.
Yeah, but how many people give it thumbs up? Probably more than other people give it thumbs down.
All the moles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They try to probably give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I was playing a couple of zombies, and you know how people have their names? How that? These 2 dudes have their names, Anal Destroyer and Anal Damager, and oh shit. Even my son was like,
Yeah. They had every right to say that because what kind of name is that?
Anal Destroyer.
What kind of shit is that? Even if they try to No, I was gonna say, even if they say, oh, only for girls though, but it's still like, oh man, like you have a girl, you hit it where it's supposed to be hit at.
Johnny Destroyer, that's not.
Exactly. You sound even more right to saying that than aliens. And it's like, what the fuck? Which one? Though? They're like, which one? Isaiah 30:10 it says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
Yeah, so we're not gonna tell them, you know, we're not gonna lie to you just to make you feel good. You know, Dr. Feel Good. We're not gonna lie to you just to make you feel good and tell you that everything's gonna be okay. You know, because it's not our fault that we know the truth. You know, it's not our fault that the Most High chose us. You know, Yahweh Shai chose us. You know.
Psalms 38:20 it says, they also that render evil for good are my adversaries, because I follow the thing that is good is.
See, so just because we're following the good, they think that they render us for evil.
Yeah.
We're over here following the good, but you're thinking it's evil.
Exactly.
Just because we don't eat pork, just because we don't celebrate holidays, you think that's evil.
That music group. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go forth and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Can you get the 10 on that same chapter?
Verse 10?
Yeah, verse 10. Because I was actually going to precept with that 10 though.
Alright.
Did you get that one, Papa San?
He tells us to go and get the fruit.
Yeah.
John 15 and 10.
Yeah.
If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love.
So what is the Father's commandments though? You know? If Yahushua is keeping it, you know, he said his Father's commandments, so what is it then? You know? It's, you know, try to keep it to our best of our ability, but that's the thing about it though. So you think, as a Christian, you think Jesus was eating pork? They're gonna be like, no. So what made Yahushua perfect? Oh, he was a man of no sin. So what the hell is sinning?
Breaking the law.
Exactly. So you know,
And that's perfect that you say that because this whole world's breaking.
And that's the thing about it though, man. So you read about that though, and these Christians won't read about this precept. You ask what's the Father's commandments though? But isn't it the law that he gave Moses? You know?
You have to understand that when it says do not kill, it actually says do not murder. There's a difference between kill and murder. If someone comes up to me, 2 or 3 guys come up to me and they're trying to stab me, that's murder. But if I turn the tables around and I kill all 3 of them, that's a kill.
Yeah, like that brother that got stabbed in LA. Because he said he pulled out a gun, but I don't know, think he couldn't kill him or press the trigger or something like that.
That's the Lord right there.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to use Esau's blessing.
Yeah, because he had it with him though, the gun, and he was gonna, shoot him. But I don't know what happened exactly though. But you see, if he would have killed dude, that would have not been murder.
It would have been
Self-defense. Yeah.
But then what about the brothers in the town?
Yeah.
Some people aren't ready to kill.
Kill. Yeah.
Like not everybody feels that way. I'd rather not kill. I swear, but if I had to pull my gun out and I shot and it didn't fire, whoo, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Sometimes you have to kill because what you do with the cancer, you gotta kill it.
You gotta kill him. What do you do with that old man? You have to kill him.
Yeah. That man away.
So then if you know the commandments, you understand them. You don't ever fucking say they contradict everything in the Bible. That just means you don't even want to try it.
Yeah.
Tell me another way to say it you don't even want to do it.
In other words, so yeah, a nigga can't eat a pizza without pepperoni. Man, that like how man. So it goes to show like man, you're that weak in the spirit.
There's turkey pepperoni and beef.
Yeah.
Turkey pepperoni tastes pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You have to get used to it.
But some jakes don't.
I didn't see a difference.
Oh, that is no difference on.
To me, I can't tell. So I'll eat turkey.
Yeah, turkey pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Put it. You can make your own pizza.
It tastes just like pepperoni.
But right,
Yeah.
that goes to show they're lazy that they don't want to. No, they're lazy that they don't just want to. They just want the
They don't want to
what's
research.
comfort.
Yeah.
The comfort. The easy access for them. It's just easier for them to get the pork pepperoni than to do the turkey.
And you know what I thought?
Lazy.
The one thing that I thought before I got to the church is I seen $1 on my nightstand. I said, "Let me grab some stuff from the mom and dad." You know, I didn't know that the brother got stabbed. But that's the way I was thinking. God gives me the important year where I pray, whatsoever I command you. So like brother was saying, don't do what the Lord commands. You're breaking the law, right? You're sinning. And you're hating it. You think that guy that stabbed that brother, because it says you're not going to make it in the kingdom. You want to murder your brother.
Yeah, touch my little ones. It's better for you to,
Go off or something.
So, well, how it's gonna play out for that dude though that did that? Wouldn't want to be a.
But the good thing about it is when like if you kill somebody with a gun, that family of that dead person can sue you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a good thing you didn't fucking kill him.
Cause they could just, Esau's laws, how they, man, you know how they fucking are.
That's retarded. That's fucking retarded.
Like they got that one where like if say walked up to you and everything though, but then like you pull out your gun and you try to run away and you shoot the dude in his back though.
That's murder.
That's murder, And it's just like what the hell though? But like it's like dude try to, So what if he was running away and he was gonna do this though and shoot you or something though? But then at the same time you got him before he got you though, and just because he shot him on his back though, you get charged for this different thing though. But you saw him, he was about to turn around and shoot you though. It's ridiculous how these laws are. But Esau though,
Yeah, so when you see us preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh sitting outside, that hurts. That's like the ultimate fight.
It's like you were get mad at dude though for doing his job though. You're gonna fight him though for that.
Not his fault.
Yeah, he's just doing what he has to do. I got a picture. So this is the book of Acts 23 and 12. It says, "And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that if they will neither eat or drink till they had killed Paul. And they were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy." So it was like, damn, that many people banded up together though, right? "And they came to the chief priests and the elders and said, We have bound ourselves under a great curse that we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul." And all Paul was doing was teaching the word though, and telling our people that were in the Gentile study mind though, you guys are, Israelites though, man. And preaching it in Yahweh Shai too, So that's the thing, that he was hated that much though, that they conspire against him, more than 40 people, man, that they will not eat and drink until they have killed this man. So that's hate right there. How much hate Paul had,
It was, remember he was teaching the word.
Yeah.
He was getting good. But this is, I got a precept. Acts 7:59, "And they stoned Stephen, calling upon Yahweh and saying, Lord, Yahweh shall receive my spirit." But the whole time, it says right here, there's different precepts. He was preaching full of the Holy Ghost, preaching to Nicodemus and all of these other characters. And then it says, Acts 6:8, "And Stephen, full of faith and power, did great wonders and miracles amongst the people." So man, just imagine that. They hate him. Threw rocks at him. You gotta hate somebody to just bury them and throw rocks at them.
Imagine though, like that's what I'm saying, those type of people though. But wasn't Paul, before he was Paul, he was one of those too, right? That he was there too when they had killed Stephen, right?
Yeah, he was probably the one that orchestrated.
Yeah, I believe so though. So he had to go through that. He died though, I believe, right? They stole him and they thought that he was dead though,
But he wasn't.
but he wasn't though. So how you were just talking about earlier, how it's the memory muscle that someone has though. So you doing something like that happen though, it's like like it happens. It can happen to you also in the truth though, And it's scary, but it is what it is though,
Now just imagine if Noah was here, or he is among us. Every time it rains, he gets worried.
Yeah.
Or Jonah, he's afraid of the ocean.
He probably, if it's a brother, he probably doesn't want to go to the Monterey Aquarium though. He's like, he's just scared of the ocean, just to be around it.
There's different things.
It's what they have to say is deja vu, but it's like, no, that was just something that you encountered when you're back in your reincarnation sometimes, that deja vu is something that happens because it happens, it happens to all of us, It happens to me many times where like when I get like on the pier of an ocean, I get that feeling like I've been here, what they say, deja vu, but of course it's been here in the earth many times though, and I'm like, man, why? Like it just feels like and I always get that feeling when I go to a pier of in the ocean,
Yeah, because they passed by a certain object, and then remember, the soul remembers. Like how many times I've seen something and think about, oh man, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many times.
Yeah, but you don't learn that in your Christian churches, though.
They'll say stuff like, oh, don't worry about it, brother.
Proverbs 9:8, it says, reproof not a scorner lest he hated thee. Rebuke a wise man and he will love thee. That's a beautiful scripture right there.
So it says not to reprove a scorner, which is like a mocker. It's no good to teach a mocker. You know, somebody who doesn't get it, after a couple times you tell them,
Third time, right? Out of the nation.
yeah, third time, that's it. 3 strikes and you're out. If a nigga ain't gonna get it, we're gonna go moving up.
Because then it says rebuke a wise man and he will love thee. So it's like you're looking out. You know?
Yeah.
So the best part about noticing stuff like that is you already know alright,
Yeah. And it goes to show. I mean, like with I don't know, you see the elder from South Carolina, that when that Christian came, and they were just like,
got Jesus on the shirt.
yeah, the white shirt, and then like for a whole hour, and the elder was just like, man, just get it going, man, just get it going, you know?
We all had that experience, some of us. Remember when those Christians came?
Yeah.
And I knew that one guy's name.
Try to be sneaky, like if you didn't know that, you
And
knew.
I was like, you're calling someone to come over here, aren't you? He was like, oh,
Yeah,
no,
he was on the phone.
I'm out work. Straight up lie.
Yeah.
Lie. And then the big Christian that came is a wrestler.
Yeah.
So I was like, I tried to like talk to him and say, oh, I wrestled too, and he didn't want to talk to me.
yeah.
He wanted to talk about sweet white Jesus.
And that's how they are, though. They'll be like, oh, it's just like, because you were talking to him, and he was just like, okay, like it looked like he was receiving it, right?
He wasn't.
But then that's when that Christian monster came out of him, though, you know?
And when he took a squat, I took a step back because he was gonna power double me.
Oh, like the one with the baby, right? Had
Yeah,
like,
little baby.
yeah.
'Cause I told him you brought your baby to the war, and I took a couple steps back because he got down like this.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
And I
that.
was like, I observed that position,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay. And then the other time, remember that guy in the fucking Acura, the fast car?
Was it over there?
That was over there by Kmart, that Dominican. He was like, look.
Oh yeah, the one that he was
Look at my chest. He was like, look, Papa.
yeah.
Showing me the fucking birth certificate, and I looked at my chest, and I seen his hand move real slow all the way, and I was thinking the whole time, should I just fucking break his finger? Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. But then you touch muscle and not bone, just muscle,
Yeah.
and I was just like, don't do that, But he went around, and they all have one thing in common. They think they're friends.
Yeah. He came with he was a woke, came with all this information, and this was my grandpa or grandma or something, and he pretty much he came into conclusion, was like, hey, just get out of here, man, this is for you. And he felt respected and he left.
That's good.
But that was the best thing, because you could tell that it was gonna get nowhere with dude though, and it was like he was trying to teach when we're the teachers though,
Why are you trying to teach me, bro?
Yeah, and he was just like focused was just with you, brother. I remember he was just with you though,
Yeah.
But you did the right thing and told him, man, look, you're not gonna get it. Just pretty much get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, because when you take out the shepherd, the whole flock is scared. But I was like taking my Bugs Bunny stance on. He's just trying to teach me, man.
Yeah.
And he can't teach me because I caught him in some lies, and he was trying to flip it around. And that's what the thing. That's what that man was doing with his brother from South Carolina.
Yeah, that's
He
exactly
was
what
on
he
the
was
phone
doing.
with somebody trying to get your advice.
Yeah, because I guess the guy had told him about him where he does camp though,
And then the brother said, well, tell his bitch ass to do it.
Yeah, the other, yeah. Well, you should be coming over here. Now your bitch ass though. Like, what are you calling him?
Bother his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, Apostle Mark said, fuck around. And he's at the point where he's going to call the cops on you.
Yeah. Well, the elder did though. He was on a bike though, a cop though, and he told him, "Hey man, this guy just keeps invading my personal space though." In other words, though, you know. And then not too much after the dude took off. And sometimes you have to do that.
Sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because they think they're trying to teach you. They think highly of themselves.
Yeah, that's the thing. They come with that little pride though, you know. Like they know something. They know scriptures, and it gets to their head though, thinking they know something though, thinking that they're gonna teach some people though, man. They could teach, they so-called teach the simple, but not come around the true men though. They're not, fuck out of here with that shit, man.
It's fucking incredible. And they all have that trying to be saved. That I'm already saved. That was their point. You're already saved. You don't have to do this.
Stupid, man.
No. Yeah, we do have to.
Yeah, we have to continue to keep doing this though. When did Apostle Paul did though? You know?
And look how much he had to work.
Yeah.
20, 30 years. And he got killed.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
That's a graduation. Fuck, man.
Get the fuck out of this world though.
Those were the first people that were saved, and they only got saved because they got fucking killed.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, man. You can save you out of, once you get out of this world, man, you're safe though, man.
Safe.
Exactly. So that was it.
Yeah. Just read it one more time.
Proverbs 9:8 it says, "Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee."
Yeah, so we're only going to teach the people that want to hear this truth, that the ones that understand with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So with that, we hope that's edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone camp, for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
Shalom.